Okay.
All right. Now I have a question for you.
All right, I'm ready.
Did you send me a text message from a number that I don't recognize asking me to go get some gift cards for Apple for you because you were out of country and you needed Apple gift cards?
Well, first of all, I have an iPhobia. I don't do stuff. I don't do iPhones or Apples or things like that.
So that
no,
text message that said it was Deacon Chuck
no, it's not me.
was not from you?
No,
Okay.
I didn't do it.
Has anybody here received a message from Deacon Chuck or from Father Tim or from someone else claiming to be us or someone you know, and the text messages were asking for gift cards? Okay, well, those, just so you know, those are scams. Those are scams. Deacon Chuck is going to play, he's going to play game show host for us. He's got a game show for us called Scam or No Scam. We're going to open cases.
Let's see, that's good enough. So here's an email that went to tim.yanni. And it says something about Geek Squad transaction. Do you use Geek Squad?
I don't use Geek Squad. I hope, by the way, that nobody sends me like spamming messages. But now that you know my personal email address, but
they have a set up for an auto renew option. Can you scroll down just a little bit on that page? I'm sorry, scroll up the other way. Thank you. Notice where it comes from. It comes from Isabel Herrera 181226@gmail.com. Would you be suspicious if a Geek Squad email came from an address like that instead of Geek Squad or Best Buy? So what do you think, scam or not scam? Scam. All right.
The other question is, would you think to look at the email address to see where the email comes from? That's the important piece here.
Let's see what else is in here that might be helpful for us. It talks about tenure. So the tenure being 2 years. That's not the kind of language we typically use.
Unless you're a university professor.
It talks down here, further down it says your current plan renewal is done for 2 years. And at the bottom it says if you wish to change or cancel the plan, ring us, and gives you a phone number. All signals of a scam, right?
Okay, so
we don't call that phone number.
What they're trying to do here is they're trying to scare you into thinking your credit card is going to be charged for the renewal fee of $200 and some odd. And then what they do when you call them is they say, okay, well, we'll cancel it. We just need your credit card number, which if you give them, they now have. And so you're going to get some charges that are for far more than the $240 some odd that they originally said. So that's what they're trying to do. This is called a phishing scheme, is what this is.
So here's an email I got from Harbor Freight. And Harbor Freight got a big sale going on. They want me to know about. And it's coming from hft@em.harborfreight.com. So given that piece of information, what do you think? Scam or no scam? So email address looks good, doesn't it?
I think that looks like not a scam because there's nothing in there requesting our personal information. It's just telling you, hey, by the way, go to Harbor Freight. That's pretty harmless.
Scroll back up just a little bit for me. Thank you. That's good. So here's another email I got from Harbor Freight. Only this time it says admin@c398v1t.onmicrosoft.com. And if I pull up some more detail, it says it's the reply to is at kfconqpaj@knpyg.chuckmilhoan.
And that's the reason that I had to go with tim.yanni for my email address because that was my first choice and it was already taken.
So what do you think, scam or not scam? All right, let's see. So here's an email that has an attachment. It's to that Tim Yanni guy again. Wants to, it says your auto upgrade sum July's invoice for 21 August 23 is attached to this email and lots of stuff there planned. And has an attachment on it.
This is the one that's sumjulized.
Yeah. Says, please take a moment to review the details of this product. If you have any questions, We appreciate your choice. What do you think? Scam or not scam? So the danger
Are you
here,
saying I shouldn't have contacted McAfee at that number?
you probably shouldn't have clicked on that
Oh.
document, first of all.
I shouldn't have done that. I better go
Yeah,
fix
shouldn't have
that.
done that. Here's another one says, this is the bottom of this, planned, upgraded, transaction completed, accepted, en route, order, in progress content. You know, and it has a different email address, egwfghah@gmail.com. All big signs that there's a problem here, right? So there's an attachment there. There's a document there. The danger in all these emails is not in opening the email. It's in clicking on a link or opening an attachment.
Or calling the number.
Or calling the phone number.
Anytime you're providing information that helps them to have more of your personal information, that's the danger.
So here's one I got from Ace Hardware, and it's at ace.rewards@e1.acehardware.com. And the subject is spotting scams. How to identify phishing emails.
Now, if I was scamming you, the first thing I'd say is, I'm not scamming you.
So let's look a little further at this one. It has my name, it has a member ID, it has some points, and it says, Dear Chuck, helpful. There's been an uptick in scams attempting to defraud our loyal ACE Rewards members through impersonating our brand. For example, an email offering a reward for completing a survey or paying only shipping and handling, or emails leading to something else. So what do you think? Scam or not scam?
Probably not a scam. Probably not a scam.
So further down in the email is some really good, helpful advice. And it says they're committed to protecting members against fraudulent activity. Any promotion, sale, or event will always be available on our website at www.acehardware.com or on the ACE mobile app. It also tells you to double check the email address and tells you, here's where our emails are going to come from. And it also ends in acehardware.com. Says Ace Hardware will never ask for payment information or account logon or password as a part of any survey or promotion. And also says if you see an advertisement or account that seems fraudulent, please report it to fraud@acehardware.com. What do you think? Scam or not scam?
Probably not a scam.
Not a scam, right? Not asking me to do anything, just give me good information.
The reason we are going over, and we're going to go over these from time to time as we get more examples of them, the reason that we're going over these is because these scams are getting more and more complex. And they're targeting people. It used to be kind of that, oh, that person fell for a scam, that person's silly. People who are very smart and very educated and very intelligent have fallen for scams that have cost them tens of thousands of dollars as these scams get more and more complex. And the newest scams use artificial intelligence, and there have been scams where people's voices, celebrities' voices, have been taken, and they call it cloned. And then those celebrities call you, and it sounds like them because, well, that's that person's voice, right? And so don't fall for that. The concern that I have is that our voices are all over the internet now. We have our sermons online. We're online right now, okay? And so there's a possibility that my voice is out there, and if somebody calls you and says that they're me and they're asking you for gift cards, please know that it is not me. Now, the other layer to this is that there's something called spoofing, where they pretend to be calling from a number that you might have in your phone that says it's me, okay? So if you get a suspicious call from me or from Deacon Chuck or from anyone else, say, okay, I'm going to call you back. Because if you call back, then you can call my phone. You can't call the spoofed number. The spoofed number can call you, but you can't call the spoofed number. It would come to me, and believe me, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you hang up on me and you need to call back because you feel like you're being scammed, okay? Yes?
Another one is when they call and they ask, is this Tim Yanni? If they speak, don't ever say yes, because they'll record you saying yes. They'll use that to get credit cards.
They can use your snippet of your yes to make a voice authorization on your behalf that you didn't make. So be diligent is the moral of this story. Be diligent. Be more suspicious than not. It's not going to hurt. That Ace Hardware email was not a scam. It's not going to hurt Ace Hardware's feelings if you delete their email because you think it might be a scam. Always err on the side of it probably is, right? And if I ever say, well, did you get my email? You say, oh, I thought it was a scam. I won't be offended. I might be a little annoyed, but I won't be offended. Yes.
Microsoft just brought out a new update addressing these issues, and they're suggesting that anybody who uses Microsoft Edge, and Google I think is going to follow with Chrome, but if you're using Microsoft Edge, they have a two-step verification now.
Two-step verification is very important.
Whether you have the time or not, do it, because they're earmarking seniors.
And you have an example.
So here's an email.
That's a good
I got.
segue. Thank you for setting us up here.
Here's an email I got from Microsoft account team, and it says, we received a request for a single-use code to use with your Microsoft account. Your single-use code is 6418812. If you didn't request this code, you can safely ignore this email. Someone else might have typed your email address by mistake. Someone else might have typed your email address
By
on
purpose.
to try to change it for you. If you're offered the option of using multi-factor authentication, which means I'm going to put in my password, and then I'm going to receive a code on my phone that I put in to whatever app I'm using, whether I'm on my computer or on my phone, sign up. Because that's another really good layer of protection. You should sign up for multi-factor authentication for anything that has money of yours. If it relates to money, you should sign up. Whether it's your bank account or your retirement account or your investment account, whatever it is, multi-factor authentication is really valuable, worth your time and trouble. So
don't let yourself be scammed.
Scam or not scam?
Well, I think that's a trick question. I think somebody was trying to scam you, and they got found out.
So here's one for Harbor Freight. So it says, we sent you a notice a couple of months ago. We're just reminding you again what we told you. They really wanted to get through to me. I think that's it.
Well, thank you.
So there's one other question that came up, and that is there's also people out there who are stealing real estate property, usually vacant land. And what they do is they falsify records that say that you sold the property, and they have that record recorded with the county, which in fact makes it their property. So there's a couple of things going on here. One is if you purchased a home in Arizona and you went through a title company like you would normally do, you will have what's called title insurance. So if you ever encountered this problem, you go back to the title company and the title insurance people and you tell them, fix it. And it's their challenge to fix. The other thing you can do is in Maricopa County and most other counties coming up in the state, you can sign up for a notice from the recorder's office. For any property that you own, you can give them permission to email you if anything happens in the records on that piece of property. So if you go to maricopa.gov, you'll find it. It's pretty easy to get to. Sign up for it. That's a good thing to do. You'll get notices of changes. It doesn't happen often, and it usually relates to vacant land and things where, it's not really noticeable. And they record those through fraudulent methods, Title insurance, here in Arizona, we transfer property via title insurance, which means as a seller, I'm buying you a policy that says, the insurance company says they will take care of you, that you have this property. If there's a problem, they'll take care of it. In other states, you transfer by attorney. So some states are attorney states, some are title insurance states.
One more thing, sometimes parishioners' email contacts are taken over. And like from Patty, possibly I get an email about pictures. I think Patty, and I thought I had it with Father Jackson. So they want us to go into that email and click on something.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
Don't do that.
if you're suspicious about an email, let me change that. If you're not positive about an email, I suggest you delete them. And then you can ask the person. No one should be offended if I ask you to resend me an email I deleted. That would seem like a reasonable behavior. The other thing you can do, if you have the capability, is you can go in and look at the information related to an email that you received. If I go up here a little bit, I think I have an example here. So right here, I pulled up, I just clicked on the little arrow beside in the email at the top, where it says, to me, there's a little arrow there. I clicked that and I showed what's called the headers in an email. And it tells me all this information about where it actually is going back to and where it came from. So I can just click and look at it and go, yeah, it's the same as what's on there, I'm okay. It's not the same, no, it's out of here. You know, and again, opening the email is not the danger, it's clicking on links, clicking on documents.
And sometimes they do actually compromise your email account, and so sometimes it might even show that it's from Patty, from your actual email account, and if you reply, it doesn't get to her, it gets to the scammer, and even if you start a new one, it goes to the scammer. So they're very complex, so just be diligent.
And there's some other options of things that go on out there.
So we could have a lot of conversation about this, but be diligent, and we will. We promise to not contact you, especially by text message, to ask for Apple or Amazon gift cards, especially. That's a big. Those are probably not from you.
If you did that, you'd find out.